When do you feel at your most powerful, and kind of what does the word power mean to you?
I think power is having an influence over another person, or mostly people, because people are the world to me. And I'd say definitely, especially as a writer, I felt the most powerful when I've like elicited an emotional response from a person or a reader, especially a powerful emotional response. I didn't mean to use the word powerful because we're talking about power, but but I remember the first time I kind of felt that sort of rush, about 3 or 4 years ago. I entered a short story competition. It was before I signed my agent. It was, I think I was like a year into my writing journey. So I was very much a newbie writer then. But I entered a short story competition. It was the first time I'd ever entered one. And the first time I'd written a short story. Actually, a friend told me to enter on like a dare. But I entered it and I ended up winning the competition. And I went to this sort of like awards banquet thing, and they asked me to read my story. And I got to go up last because I ended up winning first place, which I was astounded by. And I read my story, and there was a certain twist at the end of the story that was like the very last line. And I got to the end and I read that last line, and there was an audible like gasp like through the room. And it was a small room. There were like 30 people there. It was not like an auditorium. But there was like an audible gasp, and somebody was just like mouthing like whoa. And I looked up and I had like felt that, and I could like feel it like rippling through me. Like I like did that to these people like with my words alone. And it was almost addictive in a sense of like I want to do this again. And they tell you as an author not to read reviews, and I'm trying to wean off of that, especially as release day draws closer. But every now and then I can't help drifting towards Goodreads or anywhere where there's reviews of my book. And I do feel powerful when I get to read people having responses where they're like, my jaw dropped in this moment, or my heart broke when this character did this. Because it's like for a split second of time, or even if I wasn't there, I commanded this person's attention, and I got to like pluck the strings of this person's heart for a second. And what's more powerful than being able to influence somebody's emotions?